Alright. Let's see what's going on today. Some shit happened. This happened.
A moment of panic erupted at Israel's main.
Hey, Hassan!
Airport on
Hassan,
Sunday
your
as a missile
Luffys!
strike
Your
landed
Luffys
nearby.
are doing work. Huh?
Travelers were instructed
What
to take
happened,
cover
Hassan?
in secured spaces in Ben Gurion Airport.
They're targeting
with air raid
civilians,
sirens sounding
Hassan.
in
What
the background.
happened? I thought... Oh, oops.
Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthis claimed responsibility for the strike.
Oh no,
It blasted open a
Hassan.
crater in the ground near a Terminal
What
3
happened,
parking
man?
lot, authorities said.
Why
It
did they
no
do the
significant
thing,
damage.
huh?
In a statement after the attack, a Houthi military spokesperson
Fucking
warned
bitch.
airlines against using the Israeli airport, saying it was, quote, no longer safe. The head of Ben Gurion Airport said operations were up and running again after less
Hassan,
than 30
what
minutes
happened?
of disruption.
Is it a
The
military?
European and
Is
US
it a
carriers
military
have scrapped
airport?
flights for the
Hassan,
next several
Hassan,
days,
Hassan.
leaving some passengers stranded.
Supposed to go back to Paris today, and Air France canceled their flight. And I'm afraid it's going to be very difficult today to go back to France because all European
Your
carriers,
Luffy
from what I
buddies,
see on
Hassan.
the information,
Why
have
don't you
canceled.
send them a picture?
Responding to the attack, Israeli
Why don't you
Defense
send them
Minister
some
Israel
information
Katz
too,
said,
you fucking
quote,
bitch?
Whoever harms us will be harmed sevenfold.
I mean, you're already
Israel
spouting your
resumed its
fucking
war in Gaza
propagandist
in March
bullshit. Why don't you
following
send them
a
some
2-month truce.
information?
That's
Huh?
drawn a pledge from the Houthis
Why don't
to
you
hit
do
Israel
that?
with more missiles, saying it's an act of solidarity with Palestinians.
I wonder if the
under
government's gonna
siege.
find out. A fucking aiding and abetting terrorist bitch. Ugh. Hassan! Hassan, there's more news. Did you talk about it? Did you talk about it? Hassan, do you got more people slobbing on that knob, huh? Oh, what? Are you gonna say that they're valid military targets as well, huh? Fucking dumb fig. Just like every other Twitch streamer. I'm just kidding. Alright, anyways. What do we got here? Is there... Let's try to get all the... What is this, Honest American? Oh, right here, never mind.
But
Apparently people are moving to Europe, or migrating to Europe now because they don't like America anymore.
Doris Davis and her wife Susie Bartlett are eyeing a move to Europe.
Oh. Well, that's okay. Who cares? See you.
Their reason?
Trump.
U.S. President Donald Trump. The New York City couple say they were willing to give
New
Trump
York
a chance
City. Oh
during his
no, it's a
first
blue
term,
state. Uh-oh.
but they had
Uh-oh,
lodged
it's
an
a
alarm
commie
as he
state.
returned to the White
Uh-oh.
House and ended a range of policies aimed at promoting racial equity and rights for LGBTQ plus people.
there are only two genders.
When your
Holy
identity is
dude.
being attacked, there is a personal
Wait, how are you being attacked when he only said there's only two genders?
sense of just, you know, anger, frustration. If he had won by one
Anger and frustration because he won? Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
electoral vote, we were still leaving because the end result is that he would be president. But the magnitude of it just really underscored how pervasive his thinking had permeated society here in the States.
They are now working with an immigration lawyer to assess options in Europe. Davis and Bartlett are part of an increased number of Americans considering relocating, though the overall figures of those leaving remain quite small. That's according to government visa and citizenship data and Reuters interviews with 8 relocation firms. U.S. applications for Irish passports were at their highest level in a decade in the first 2 months of this year, up around 60% from the year before. And applications for UK passports in the last 3 months of 2024 were a record of any quarter in the past 2 decades. While one Italian immigration advisor told Reuters that some Americans, mainly Republicans,
Hey,
eyed a move
mambo.
after Joe Biden's
Mambo
2020 win,
Italiano.
most
Hey,
firms said there's
mambo.
been a larger spike in
Sorry.
interest since Trump returned to the White House. But there are right-wing populist parties making political gains in Europe. In Italy, the conservative government portrays itself as a guardian of traditional values. And in Germany, the AfD came second in a recent election, the best performance by a far-right party since World War II.
We've seen right-wing factions start to rear their head in other countries.
Krishan Wright is the founder of Blacksit, an organization that helps...
No! No! Stop. Blacksit. Oh, Jesus.
Americans move abroad. The New York native who moved to Portugal
So,
in 20...
just because she didn't like America, she created this weird fucking activist movement called Blacksit. Why are people like that?
2023 says traffic to her site jumped over 50% after the election. Wright says some Americans are still willing to make the move, despite the political situation in some European countries.
Generally speaking, I think Americans still are.
The funny thing is, like, moving, I mean, you move to a different country, you're just gonna get pros and cons of that country instead. Like, it doesn't really matter where you live, because everywhere has crime. Every country has crime. They just sweep that shit under the rug so no one finds out.
To European countries, and Portugal in particular, while there is a growing right-wing movement across many countries, that is troublesome. Nobody has a crystal ball in terms of how this is going to play out.
But
Well,
many hurdles
like,
exist for those looking to move. Relocation platform Relocate.me said difficulties
I mean, if you want to spend money
in
go for it. No one's stopping you.
Lower salaries in Europe, and the U.S. tax system are among the obstacles. And some
I mean, just look at
Europeans
California.
already struggling
There's
to
already
cope
an
with
exodus
mass
of so many
tourism and a
companies
housing
that just
crisis
fucking
have
up and
turned
left because
against
they're
the
too
arrival
fucking
of
expensive
more
in California.
Americans.
And then you have what? In New York, right? Fucking AOC just started fucking shellacking companies. Oh, they're Houthis.
Siren, everybody is escaping.
Oh, let's see that again.
Siren, everybody is escaping to the place.
Oh, there's the explosion. And then the sirens go off. Given how that rocket was fired, and that the systems didn't pick it up fast enough, could have been a subsonic missile. Hard to tell though. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with... Like, I gotta... Yeah, I think it has something to do with the ad blocker. Because there should be no reason why it should be taken out. Anyways, let's move on to... some memes. Jasmine Crockett made the most hilarious announcement. Running the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee? Oh, wow.
But I am the vice ranker on the Oversight Committee.
Oh,
and if given an
wow.
opportunity to lead, I am ready to go on day one.
Wow.
And so you are throwing your hat in the
She's throwing her name in the hat. That's interesting.
ring for that.
If there is an election, he's not resigned his post, but we know that he's not seeking re-election, so it may be next term before that post opens.
Why do you think that you would be the best Democrat to take that position?
Because I think
which is essentially to fight the president and his agenda.
Exactly. It is. Listen, oversight has so much latitude. But beyond that, we are allowed to conduct investigations. We are allowed to send out subpoenas and get documents. And here's the deal. My legal experience, I think, helps me be able to kind of guide through that part.
Yeah,
But one thing we've always done really well as Democrats is get down and do the work.
Yeah,
but we've got to
right.
communicate what it is that we were able to get in that work and translate it. And so I think that I can not only do the work, but make sure that people understand. This is why we're having these problems at the FDA. This is why we're having these problems at the VA. This is why we have planes that are out of the sky. It is to do the investigation, find out about these firings.
You say that, but people are already doing that.
And how they are impacting us, the information that this administration wants to hide from the American people, I want to make sure I can shine a light on it.
Ah, that's funny. Will she get chosen? That is the question. Probably not. I don't even know who's going to be running up for that bullshit anyways. Or at least for Trump's side. California Governor Newsom vowed in 2008 to end homelessness in 10 years. He did not do so. He has failed.
We
Execute
believe
Order 66. Get this fucking
that
asshole.
Food solves hunger, that shelter solves sleep, and that housing solves homelessness. And if we're going to solve the problem of those that are out on the streets that we define as homeless, we better solve the housing problem if we're going to have an impact. And that's
That's funny. You want to solve the housing issue to help the homelessness, right? Okay, you do that. But they still don't have anywhere to work or anything like that because most of those guys are mentally unstable, or most of those people are mentally unstable, drug addicts, because you guys kept feeding them just unlimited amounts of drugs to just get high off of on the streets. And you got fucking needles all over the fucking place sometimes and shit all over the fucking streets. I mean, and then you have to clean it up when fucking, right, you have guests like G and all these other people who come through. It's like, jeez. Oh, boy.
That's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic
You got fucking homeless
in San Francisco.
encampments all over the fucking bridges or under the bridges and shit.
A scathing new report tonight about California's response to the homeless crisis. The state auditor says the
Not only that, but they fucking leave shit on fire, too. And they start burning shit for some reason.
In a community like the Arts District of North Hollywood, the streets are always packed with patrons, neighbors, and the unhoused.
They clear them and then they come back, then they clear them and then they come back.
I've only been in the area since 2018, and in those few years I've seen it increase almost exponentially.
Numbers a new state audit confirm as the state legislative
Yeah, I mean, when
audit
you have
committee released a
Newscomb being
report
like,
saying that
"Oh,
homeless
come
numbers
to
jumped
California," while he's
53% in the
sitting on
last
top of the
decade,
Golden
with an
State
estimated
Bridge.
180,000 people
Fucking fig.
unhoused in California. That's despite the spending of more than $20 billion to stop it.
This is what it's about. This is what we're best at.
Yeah.
We keep crushing it.
Keep crushing it, yes.
It's a crisis gripping the United States.
Keep crushing it, yes.
The sanctuary homeless encampment.
Yes, I'm seeing you crush it, yeah. You slay, King, right? You go, King, yeah.
A hot button issue leading to ridicule. Often
We was
dominating
kings,
conservative
yeah.
talk TV.
Homelessness
You is kings, cuz.
With California as the poster boy, the Golden State has the largest unhoused population in the nation, with almost 200,000 of the country's more than 250,000 people who experienced homelessness on a single night in 2024, the
Jesus.
highest ever recorded.
The highest
200,000. Wow.
Democrats have delivered.
Oh, yes, they have delivered alright. California before Gavin Newsom, yeah.
And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homeless in San Francisco.
That's funny because it didn't work, yeah. You fucking put AI. That's fucked up.
It's hard to believe that half of San Francisco is in ruins today, following the most devastating.
Oh,
and
is
most
this
baffling
fucking
event in our nation's
Judgment Day
history.
or Independence
It's
Day?
a horrific situation here. Thousands are dead, many are missing.
I want to talk about Governor Newsom. I want to thank him. He's been one hell of a governor, man.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, just because fucking Biden fucking gassed him up that one time, he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm the best governor now. I'd like to swallow cum." Sorry. Let's see what Scott Jennings got for us this time.
I think when your signature move is jazz hands, you're not as up on the guy code maybe as you think you are. I mean, everything about this guy from the choice, which was made, I think Shermichael's correct, which was made out of weakness all through his campaign appearances. And now in the aftermath, I just don't think there's ever been anybody in recent political history in over their head more than Tim Walz. And
did you meet him down Quail?
It is amazing to me. It is amazing to me. Well, he served a term, did he not?
Yes, he did.
I mean, it's funny because Scott Jennings he's literally just talking about facts and he's just shitting on all of them.
It is amazing to me that Democrats elevated this guy and that he continues to believe that he is going to be a leader of this party in 2028. The problems that the Democrats have with middle America, working class men, if this is the road we're going down, the code talker Tim Walz or
your cope talker Tim Walz. Yes, Mr. Tampon Tim, your cope talker. Yikes! Oh yeah, I want him. I want Tim Walz to be my therapist. Yes. What kind of fucking bullshit? California Governor Newsom claims he didn't notice Biden's cognitive decline until 2024 presidential debate. That's a lie.
You're leaving something very important off the list, Governor. You also ran a candidate who could not reliably talk, walk, or ride a bicycle. Take me into Gavin Newsom's soul.
Fucking threw the fucking bicycle at him. Fucking. Sorry, a little slow. Oh! you fucking literally just stopped in place and was like, whoop! I don't know. It's like he didn't know how to ride a bike for a second there. You should have gave him fucking training wheels. What the fuck? Oh shit.
Tell reporters from around the world why the United States president could not complete a sentence.
It's going down.
Well, it was obviously we were challenged as it relates to that debate, but if you're asking about my soul, which I appreciate, you're asking about my direct engagement and interactions with former President Joe Biden, who was not our nominee, but as it relates to his campaign and what those decisions look like.
Who is not our
as it relates to
nominee.
his determination,
Yeah, right.
whether or not to continue that campaign.
Do you know what we live in? We live in a democracy, correct? Hey, you say you didn't vote for him, but everybody, the other side, since you didn't vote, the other side did, right? So people voted for him. So you have to like him, right? It's democracy. You can't say that.
Or ended as
Fucking
he did.
piece of
I
shit.
never had, period, full stop. I would be lying to you, and I won't lie to you, as it relates to the direct engagement I had with Joe Biden.
I was entertained.
That ever suggested a cognitive decline to the degree that we saw. To the degree we
to
saw
the degree,
at that
yes,
debate night. And so
yes.
that
So he had a cognitive decline, correct? Was he in any way, shape, or form? Was he able to fucking perform his duties as a president to do diplomatic deals with, say, Xi or Putin? I'm gonna have to say no, because he's a bitch.
That was a challenging
Well, the
moment.
fucker
and of
got
course,
rolled
over the course of
over.
the next few weeks, that moment
Xi
became a
and
monumental
fucking
decision where we
Putin
decided,
bent
to
him
pass that
over
baton, and Kamala
backwards
Harris,
and
Vice President,
shellacked
became
him.
our nominee.
A damn liar, man. That's not true.
Motherfucker got shellacked by Xi and Putin. I should fucking let it happen, by the way. I think that's China Uncensored. We'll watch that later. What is this one? Claims she never saw Joe Biden's cognitive decline while she was working for him. Oh yeah. I think we already saw this one yesterday too.
I think cover up is such a loaded phrase.
Yeah.
But I also
Even
to your
this guy
point,
was like, "You're
I left
bullshit."
in May of 2022, just for the facts here.
It was like, "You're a
And
liar."
I've seen Biden once since then, when I took my daughter to the holiday party this last December after he had lost. And so I hadn't seen him in person during that period of time. I never saw that person, not a single time, and I was in the Oval Office every day that was on that debate stage. I'm
Wait,
not a doctor.
so
Aging happens quite.
What wasn't he passing you notes though? You were the speaker for the White House, were you not? What the fuck are you talking about? So you did not talk to what? Excuse me? So you had no meetings with him? What are you talking about?
quickly were things that people saw during that period of time that were similar to that, or would have been in a category
She's
of
basically
that?
saying,
I don't know,
yeah, no,
possibly,
I
right?
didn't
And all
talk
these
to
books
him.
are
I
gonna tell
didn't.
us.
But let's
No,
sort of take it in two
it
pieces.
wasn't
First, like your
me.
old colleagues, like I mean, and you talk to these folks, I talk to these folks. Like, do you think that were they actively covering it up? Were they sort of in denial, or was it, or was that just a bad debate? Like, what is your read on that?
Well, this is what I mean about cover up is a very loaded term, I think.
Well, it means you knew that it was really bad and you're pretending otherwise, versus you're deluding yourself, which I think is what people do a lot.
Well, I understand, but I still think it's like cover up is often like a crime, right? We're talking when people use that term.
They say it's
and
worse
phrase,
than the crime.
People use that term as they relate to
Yeah.
Watergate or the covering up of not sharing public information about a war.
Yeah, and I'm not accusing anybody of a crime.
You guys created a fucking disinformation board. What the fuck are you guys talking about? You created a disinformation, misinformation board that was targeting everyone. You were literally trying to censor shit, you fucking faggots. Such frachogeny bullshit.
A bit of a dangerous term.
You sure about that?
You guys are lying fucks. I hope you get fucking piked.
That hit the
Jesus.
crops and wetlands in the middle of the country and Iowa and
Not only did you do that, but you did a blanket pardon
this job
on basically your whole fucking cabinet. You guys are the shadiest motherfuckers ever.
Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. Don't panic, number one.
No, don't panic.
And that's why I asked President Harris to travel to the region
who'd you
last
sell us
August.
out to, you fucking
We can control
asshat?
COVID-19. We can start to build a better, healthier, and more secure
Oh, well, I
future
mean, I
today.
guess we can kind of tell
And so I
from
was
the
riding home
fucking
noticing my
COVID-19
mom, who
bullshit,
was
right?
living with me because she was in hospice. And
Wuhan
on
lab,
Friday,
right? Fucking
and a guy
dumbass.
named Angelo Negri, a conductor, senior
Fucking
conductor,
noose
walked up and
yourself.
said, "Joey,
I'm happy
Joey,"
this
grabbed my cheek, thought
motherfucker's
they were
gonna
shoot
croak
him.
soon. Fuck
You know, they
this
go, Joey.
fucking
I said,
asshole.
I said, he's okay. He's a friend. True story. And that's what public service is all about.
Warmonger in the past,
It's that,
warmonger
it's
still.
It's that what the President Rank Award is all about. I'm not supposed to do this. No, I'm going to embarrass you. No, come here. I'm not supposed to speak now. Please sit down. And we're also joined today by Larson and I know. No, I got it.
Yeah, oh, fucking buddy scares him. He's just like, oh, well, I wanted to talk. Well, where am I going?
A total of more than 120 military and medical personnel to 6 hard-hit states: Michigan, New York, New Jersey, Ohio, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
6 hard-hit states. How do we
You forgot one.
You know,
You only
Putin
said
decides he's
5.
gonna just invade Russia. Nothing like this has happened since World War II. Putin decides
Oh, this,
he's
yeah.
gonna just invade Russia. Welcome to the South Lawn.
There was
Thank
the
you,
cool.
and happy.
And on the, and I think after that, that's when Putin launched like another attack or something like. What a fucking retard.
Easter.
Fucking senile old bat.
To accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take
The Russian
their
oligarch.
ill-begotten gains. We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts, their
oligarch.
luxury homes, and
The
other ill-begotten
oligarchy's
gains
coming.
of Putin's
Old
kleptocracy.
oligarchy's coming. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kleptocracy. And
Kleptocracy,
guys who are in
yes.
Kleptocracy.
Uh-huh.
I left in May of
Yeah, I mean, we got a
2022,
bunch of
just for the facts
kleptomaniacs,
here.
that's for sure,
I never
fucking
saw
all over
that
the
person,
world.
not a single time, and I was in the Oval Office every day.
So that was a fucking lie.
What's this? Reporter destroys Gavin Newsom over his lies about Biden on live TV.
I mean, is it you
Oh,
leave
okay,
something
so
very important off the list, Governor?
Okay, we don't have to sell. Yeah, we already saw those. We saw someone else do it. He resolutely said this with a straight face. Oh, okay, we already saw this too. Okay, so same stuff. Basically, all three of those guys saw the same stuff today too. Yeah, basically all the people that I watch for memes on the news have been watching the same stuff. Let's see what we got from Donald Trump. The Democrats are really out of control. They have lost everything, especially their minds. These radical left lunatics are into the impeachment thing again. They have already got two no-name, little respected congressmen, total whack jobs, both, throwing the impeachment of Donald J. Trump around. Who's throwing it? I know, Chuck Schumer, I think did he? I think he threw it around sometime. I don't know. So he's just calling, I don't know. We'll see. Around 20 at a time, even though they have no idea for what I would be impeached. Yeah, they keep saying this too. Oh, we gotta impeach Trump. Oh, we gotta do it. But it's like, okay, what are you gonna impeach him on? Like, what exactly are you gonna try to impeach him on? Because he has done nothing. He has done no impeachable offenses. Biden, on the other hand, oh boy, motherfucker was not cognitive. Couldn't stand trial. Fuck that guy. Maybe it should be for cleaning up the mess that they left us on the border, or the highest inflation in our country's history, or perhaps it should be the incompetent withdrawal from against to Russia. Now he's just laying it on here. Russia, basically, he's just gonna yeah. It looks like a list of just all the things they fucked with. Proceeded because they allowed Iran to regain great wealth. These congressmen stated that they didn't know why they would impeach me, but we just want to do it. The Republicans should start to think about expelling them from Congress for all the crimes that they have committed, especially around election times. These are very dishonest people that won't let our country heal. Why do we allow them to continuously use impeachment as a weapon against the President of the United States, who, by all accounts, is working hard to save our country? It's time to play that they use. It's time to play. It's the same playbook, that they used in my first term, and Republicans are not going to allow them to get away with it again. These are total lowlives, who hate our country and everything it stands for. Perhaps we should start playing this game on them, and expel them. Sorry, I kind of just want to speed through. Just reading it slow. For the many crimes that they have committed. And these are real crimes. Remember, Shifty Adam Schiff demanded a part. Oh, yeah, that's right. Adam Schiff did too. And they had to use the power of the auto. I think he was calling impeachment as too. And full pardon for him and the unselect committee of political thugs to save them from. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I'm a little exhausted. Fucking running on fumes right now. Fucking doing schoolwork and I am tired. Let's see. Barton's Landing, Fayetteville. Was it North Carolina, I think? One killed in shooting a Fayetteville gated condo complex off Cliffdale Road, police say. Gated community. People who are very, very privileged start fucking gatting each other for some, or, well, at least one did. A person was killed in a shooting on Sunday morning at a condo community off Cliffdale Road. The shooting was reported just after 10:20 a.m. alongside the block of 600 Barton's Landing Place, according to a Fayetteville Police Department news release. When officers arrived, they found a person with multiple gunshots to the upper torso. Described as a gated community. EMS units arrived and took the victim to a nearby hospital for treatment. However, the victim died at the hospital. Officers did not release any information about the victim, including gender. I mean, we could already tell who the fucking victim was and the gender. Detectives from Fayetteville homicide unit are effectively investigating. Police said anyone with information about the shooting should contact. Oh, so apparently they didn't get this. They didn't catch this guy. Wait, did someone call it an AR? You're telling his old lady, move out of the way, bitch, was nice.
It's an AR.
I mean, yes, it's an assault rifle, but it's not an AR. It's an AK. It's an AR. No, it's an AK.
Even went up to him.
No, you can't do nothing. Get the fuck. No, you can't do nothing.
No, you can't do nothing.
Get the fuck in. You're gonna have him shoot over here, bitch.
You're gonna have him shoot over here, bitch. So perfect. Oh my god. That was fucking perfect. Yeah, never. Yeah, when someone's out there, like, fucking already brandishing a gun and, like, fucking shoot. Yeah, you don't want to fucking be sticking your head out and shit. You should be behind cover. Jesus fuck. I mean, even. Oh, well. You should be behind thick cover. I should say. Not fucking paper thin cover. You're gonna have him shoot him. The reason why he said that is because you know how fucking deadly the situation is. Oh man. Oh, did he come back? What happened? Oh yeah, wasn't his trial starting soon? Are we gonna be able to watch the Diddy trial like we did with John? No, what the fuck? Are you stupid? It's a federal case. Fucking. Why do people keep asking that? It's a very easy thing to look up. Those who sow to the flesh will from the flesh reap corruption. I pray Diddy repents, turns from his sin, surrenders his life to Christ. Follow Jesus. Sean Diddy Combs trial set to begin May 5th. Oh yeah, there it is. It's starting tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, hey, he watches
Court came out, issued this protective.
what's his fucking, I can't remember his name. Robert Govea, there we go. He basically covers a bunch of stuff. I can't remember. He's a defense attorney? Yeah, criminal defense lawyer in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. There you go. That's him. Uh-oh. Hey, if the guy who openly laughed and talked about oh, okay, it's the Diddy party thing with the... I already saw that. The fall of Diddy is coming. Tweak makes Diddy so... Tweak drugs, basically. I forgot what exactly Tweak was. Was it? It was like Coke, I think? Forgot what Tweak was. I can't remember. I haven't used these methamphetamine, that's what it was. Okay. It was with meth. Call it tweaking. Ain't nobody taking yo bitch, bro. USA vs. Come jury selection day begins in 8 hours. Oh shit. Do you think it will take a week as scheduled and opening statements will begin May 12th? Or do you predict delays in picking the jury? Given who Diddy is, I think it's probably gonna be delayed a bit. Because they're going to be making sure that none of the they're going to be asking juries questions. So it's like I think it will be delayed. Just a bit. I don't know how much, but it probably will be delayed. Especially with how big fucking Diddy's case is and like who Diddy is, right? It was the dumb spokesman for Diddy. Stop. Stop. I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of the musicians do a lot of stuff for politicians. What's it to say they're not playing some fucking political games with them too, right? Just look at Taylor Swift. That bitch does it all the time, fucking hoe. Fucking uses her fucking wealth to play the political activist game like a fucking whore. So fucking annoying to deal with that cunt. Ilhan Omar. Oh yeah, cunt. Yeah, Twitch, you can go fuck yourself. I hope you burn. Our country should be more fearful of white men because they cause more death. I'm sorry, what?
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country because they are actually
more fearful of the white man.
Most of the deaths
You must fear the white man again. Fear him.
I would say.
Jesus Christ, what a dumb bitch. Yeah, you said fear the what, yet you have all these white people. God, I have to say this. Fear the white man. Which ethnicity do you find the most attractive? I'm confused. They hate us, but they want us. Latinos, Asians, whites. Yeah, look at that. Anyways. What do you got for White House? Happy May 4th. Yeah, I don't care about the May 4th thing. Like, it was funny every once in a while, and now it's like, what a dumb fucking day. Hi, cutie. Shut the fuck up, you fucking faggot. Sorry. I'm just dropping slurs today. First drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and well-known MS-13 gang members back into our galaxy. You're not the rebellion. You're the Empire. Oh yeah, the Pope. White smoke spotted over the White House. Donald Trump has been elected Pope. Nancy Pelosi. Man, you conservatives are getting too comfortable? What do you mean? You haven't seen bloodshed yet. You think that's comfortable? Holy fuck, man. Right, you haven't seen you haven't seen broken bones. You haven't seen the streets run with red, right? Hassan's favorite quote. Yeah. I mean, you see what's happening? There's war all over. It's coming for us. Are you gonna fight in the war if it comes? Well, actually, no. Your ass is gonna have to fight in the war if it comes. Your ass is grass just as everyone else. You think you're gonna run away? Huh? Oh no, your ass is gonna get pulled in too. You're just as implicated as everyone else in the world. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna be absolved because I like to talk shit. Yeah, no, you're gonna get wrapped up into it too. No one is free. Everyone's going to suffer. How long till she gets invited to the White House? Oh yeah, the White House. Well, I mean, they're already paying for racism, right? You already have someone. You had that black kid stab the white kid, and then now you had this mom call a kid the N-word because the kid was trying to like steal shit. I guess I don't know. But yeah, shit is popping off. I'm ready to see fucking heads fucking fly off. Where's the decapitation? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. That actually does happen from time to time. Fucking body cam footage of crazy retards doing some just grotesque shit. That's fun, right? Oh yeah, here's this one. Yeah, this man loses his life over some chicken nuggets. This is you, little
McDonald's
shit.
workers with chicken McNuggets. The man's entire family arrives to continue the fight.
Hey, back up, police, back up. Hey, what's wrong with him?
No. Can you help me pull him down to the ground for me?
He's knocked out.
We got one passed out. No. Keep him all the way down to the ground, sweetheart. Put his head down to the ground.
Yeah, you
All the
gotta
way, yeah.
put, yeah.
Hey, sweetheart. Hey, bud. Hey. Who hit him? Hey, everybody, hush, and we'll get to investigating. Don't even have an attitude with me right now. Y'all called. So don't. Hey, relax. Hold on. Hey, sweetheart, relax for me. Relax.
man. Oh, good.
You're good.
You passed out.
You're good.
So just
hang tight.
No, you literally. No, you're not good. You need to shut the fuck up and lay down. You literally got clapped in the head. You literally got concussed. You are not good. Motherfucker, you got clapped.
Tell your sister shut up. I'm good, man.
You're not good. Stay on the. Do not move, you fucking idiot.
No, good.
Okay. All right.
You need medical attention, man.
Hold on. You passed out, diggity dog. All right, chill out.
I'm good.
You are gonna lose your balance. Can you sit for just a second? Yep. Sit.
I'm good,
Sit.
bro. I'm good.
Sit.
Yeah, please let me up, please.
Hold on. You passed out, dude.
No,
Have
I'm
a
good.
seat.
I'm good.
No, you're not.
You were passed out when I got here, so have a seat.
I'm
Have a
good,
gash on your
man.
head.
Good.
You got EMS on the way. You need to get checked out, dude.
Get me out. I'm going home. I'm good.
No. Have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
seat, dude.
and the
Have a
dude
seat.
keeps trying to leave too, even though he got fucking
Have a
clapped.
seat.
Y'all straight, right?
Have a seat.
Y'all good.
You got blood on you, man, and you passed out, okay? Hey, can I get someone to let my officer in? Can you tell me your name?
My name is Travion. I'm straight. More than you had on the minute.
Sorry.
Hey, what happened?
Somebody out there saying they didn't see anything.
Saying what?
They didn't see anything.
Okay.
All right, I need somebody to talk to one of the employees. He was passed out right here with blood. So, I mean, he's got a big old knot on his head. Something happened, and he's passed out right here. So, I need someone to talk to somebody right there.
I'm guessing it's one of the workers who fucking did it too. They fucking picked up.
Okay. Do we know where that pregnant lady is? Do we know where the pregnant lady is that so he attacked her?
Yes, he's been in here doing the most.
Okay, so who beat him up? Do we know?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, yeah, they're lying. They obviously know who did it.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You don't need an ambulance or nothing? Okay, so do you know this dude?
I don't know him. He just came in. I guess he's drunk or whatever. So he was like, I ain't going to rest. I get my money naked. So I walked up to him. I said, stop being disrespectful to me. I guess one of them gave him his naked. He threw them nuggets at him.
He threw him at who?
He threw it at me.
Did anyone else see him throw the nuggets at you?
Yeah, the camera.
Can you put a camera up for me?
I can't put. I'm not a man.
Who can pull it up? Can you put a camera up so I can see him throwing the nuggets at her?
You can have a seat on a chair. Hold on, let me bring a chair to you.
It's just like, what the fuck?
We definitely need to get you checked out because you were passed
Oh,
out.
man.
Let EMS look at you, okay?
Oh yeah. Hey,
Listen.
I don't want to be a dickhead, but look at where this McDonald's is and check out who's all working there. By the way.
You possibly have a concussion, all right? You got a big old knot on your forehead. Can you tell this officer what happened to the best of your ability?
I just came in to get my food to go home. That's it, man. I ain't trying to do nothing else.
All right, it's a little bit more than that because you were passed out. So what happened?
I just came in to get my food to go home.
Your head just busted by itself?
So after he threw the nuggets at her, because he's in the wrong, who knocked him out after that?
One of the employees did. They want to see the camera. You on your way? On his way. He said he'd be here around 15.
Okay, so he threw the nuggets. So after he threw them, he stood there and kept cussing.
He was still going on and on. He would not shut up.
So and he was cussing.
He would not leave.
And he was cussing the pregnant lady.
Yes.
And then Buddy put the hands on him. And where is he at?
I don't know.
The McDonald's dude that beat him up.
I don't know.
But he's left for the day. He's left.
I don't know if he on the property or he gone yet. I don't know.
But he's not back here cooking food.
No, I don't see him. I came
here.
Okay, so the person who fucking knocked him out,
Any verbal altercation that happened between you and the employees?
No, because I was outside. First
I was outside. What? First I was. What do you mean? You were in here with your fucking. You look like you got your ass knocked out at the table right there.
Well, how'd you get the gash on your head?
Ma'am?
How'd you get the cut on your head?
Because I was in the car.
What?
okay.
Yes, because you were in the car. What? I'm pretty sure he's concussed. I'm pretty sure his he's not okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know what happened. So based off.
Here, hold on. Tell her. Ferguson. Talk to him.
So from what everyone's saying, the pregnant lady who was taking his order, he's yelling at her, being obnoxious. She gets the nuggets, gives them to him. He gets the nuggets, throws it at. He wouldn't leave. So at some point, one of the workers from back here came around. They got to fighting, but the McDonald's guy won. And that's how he wound up busted up. So it looks like he was the primary instigator. Yes, he initiated everything. All right. So we got, and I'll get, the manager's on the way to put the surveillance. Yeah, but he's about 15 minutes away. But we got, disorderly conduct on him, simple battery.
He smells intoxicated, so I don't know.
Public intox.
Yeah. When I came up, he was totally passed out. So he's got a big old knot right there on his forehead.
Was there a fight?
Verbal altercation where an employee took that straw thing and hit him on top of the head. But you can see he's got a little gash right there.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah, just check him out, make sure he's good. He's probably not going to go with y'all, but cover our grounds.
He threw his nuggets at them.
Okay.
Continued acting very disorderly, cussing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently another guy knocked him out because it was starting to get physical.
So do we know what they want to do? See what they want to do. You want him barred?
Yes.
Okay. Are you Mama?
I'm the who's he stay with, so I need.
Oh, okay. Okay. Give him a second. He was knocked out. He got hit right here. So let EMS check him out, make sure he's good. But
so did it happen here?
Yes. We're trying to figure out what's going on and what we need to do. Okay.
A McDonald's worker now gets into another verbal argument with this lady as she's walking out.
Okay, but I'm not talking to you, bro. I got somebody on the way for you. You grown. You at work. You grown. Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm saying though, y'all don't feel like
Oh boy, okay. Oh shit, here we go. Oh shit.
Why are we yelling? Man.
Oh. Dude, why is it always women? I don't understand. It's always fucking women sometimes. What are you on about? She literally.
Make sure she's good, so we don't want to take her to jail.
I'll keep her back here.
Okay.
The pregnant lady was like, "I'm getting it, I'm getting it." He kept cursing at her while she's getting it. She brings it out, and he takes the nuggets and just throw them at her, and then starts cussing everyone else out. So they start cussing him out back. So he refused to leave. So then one of the male guys back here came over and was like, "Buddy, you need to go." And they got to scuffling, but the McDonald's worker won, and that's how he wound up busted up on the table.
While waiting for the manager to arrive to watch the surveillance footage, the angry female worker from earlier comes outside and begins arguing with the suspect's family.
No. No. What are you doing? Why did she...
She's not gonna calm down.
If she don't calm down, she may wind up going to jail.
She don't care. She already got a record. So I'm telling you, she ADHD. She's not gonna calm down.
You can't take her home somewhere?
She works.
Oh no. Oh no. She's ADHD. She has like anger management problems. Oh god. Oh, she might get booked too.
Hey,
just to calm her down.
Man.
No.
Okay, then tell her to back up. Tell her to back up. Man, what you locking me up for? You see her talking.
We begged you.
Okay, you begged me.
Hey, Williams.
I'm not fighting you at all.
Y'all get him out of here. I understand the reality of this restaurant.
Go.
Baby. Go. You need to go. Y'all need to go. Go.
Do you want to ban him?
I want him barred. Get him out of here.
All right. He wants you barred. Hey, he wants you barred. You can be barred if you don't leave. Leave right now. Leave. Listen, I'm not fighting you at all, though. I'm not fighting you at all.
Ay.
Out of here.
Get the fuck. Yeah, I mean, look. Once the manager says get the fuck out, you are out.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much. She talking. I'm talking.
Man,
I'm not fighting y'all at all.
She's gonna
It doesn't matter. You're gonna need to go.
Okay, here. That's what I'm saying. Y'all sit here doing that for way. I'm not fighting y'all at all. Huh? Y'all don't hear her? Stop. I'm not. All right, get in the car. Y'all locking me up for talking? She talking.
Well, because you were fucking being aggressor too.
I'm sitting back, ma'am. I'm not gonna fight y'all at all to do y'all job. You're 17? Yes. Ma'am, please walk away. I gotta walk away. This is my dog.
Man.
Walk away. This is my
Man,
dog.
please go over there for me.
Come on.
Please go over there.
This is my dog. Walk away.
Hey, I'll get her name. I'm gonna just take her.
You got her?
Yeah, I'm going 1042 or 10 to jail.
Oh, here's her airplane.
You got a rape too?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, you got that citation for us?
What citation?
The disorderly conduct?
For her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking her right now.
You can write it?
Yeah, I'll
okay.
take it.
All right.
When I can get out this parking lot, I'll start talking to you. Okay? I'm trying to get out this parking lot.
Yeah, tell me, please. Tell me.
That's the man?
Yeah. Right here should be fine, just so I can see.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was a fucking dude from behind who fucking sucker punched.
You need to learn.
There was a guy from behind sucker punches him, and his head rams into the fucking straw dispenser.
How to control your emotions.
I control my emotions. Yes.
You need to learn how to control.
Yeah, it was right here.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you something?
So it wasn't a worker. It was. They said it was a worker. Oh yeah, this dude just starts winding up right there. You could see he was right here and then fucking walks in. Boom!
Can I tell you something? You need to learn how to control your emotions.
I control my emotions.
You weren't doing it there.
Took
Can I ask you
a fucking wind up
Do you
hook
think I
to
want
the
to
fucking
take you to
door.
jail when we already got a dude in there that's throwing nuggets at a pregnant lady? Do you think I want to do this?
I know,
but you're not working with us. I begged you. I said, please, go home or go in the office. Please, I begged you. And you just kept going. You need to control your emotions, okay? At least I gave you the respect of begging you for like 15 minutes, then putting you in handcuffs using my hands without having to fucking use a weapon and bust you upside the head like a lot of these motherfuckers out here be doing. But you don't respect me back because I begged you to just relax, control your emotions. We come to work, we don't want to put motherfuckers in handcuffs, but work with us.
I want you to sign on that X citation for disorderly conduct, okay? Thank you.
That cop sounds like a disappointed father. That cop sounds like a father. Oh, that was fucking hilarious.
What we saw on video surveillance, he was throwing food at the employees. He almost went behind there. That's why an employee hit him because it was about to turn physical between him and the employees. So that's when he got hit. So he's getting charged with the disorderly conduct because they instructed him to leave. He didn't leave. So he just got to go to court for that. It's just a citation.
Uber Eats brought his food to the house.
In the
So
floor.
he came here looking for food, but his food was delivered to the house.
And I think that's why he got upset. So that's
Ooh. Retarded people, why? Motherfucker got upset because he ordered Uber Eats. And then he didn't get his food because he ordered Uber Eats. But then he drove himself to McDonald's. What the fuck? Oh, man. I think the dude was just high or something, and he was just retarded. But yes, as you can see, this is what police have to deal with sometimes. Retarded people. Literally.
what started the verbal altercation, and then it almost ensued into a physical. And that's when they hit him because they're just like, hey, bro, like, we gave you multiple times, and you're coming over here trying to be physical. He's just going to get cited because we could have charged him with simple battery for throwing the chicken nuggets at the girl, because that can still be considered simple battery. But to make it easier tonight, and with what's going on with him,
he's lucky he's not going to get the battery, right?
conduct, call
Yeah,
it
he's
a
lucky
day.
he's
And
just getting
gonna be
the
barred here, so
disorderly
he can't come
conduct.
back to this McDonald's at all. Joey, he's barred from here for 2 years. Whenever he comes home, just remind him of that so he doesn't go to jail for a super criminal trespass, okay?
Oh yeah, he can't come back to the
We
McDonald's
got a
anymore.
million people out there. We had a crime scene. We had a dude bust upside the head. The EMS lady is saying, I'm taking him to the hospital. And you up in here, we was good. We was taking him to jail. We was going to get names, do a report. We was on our way. But you just kept going. You can't do this. You cannot do this stuff in public. And if it wasn't me, it was going to be someone else. And if it ain't tonight, it's going to be next week because you got to fix this. Shit, you just as wrong as Buddy throwing nuggets at the pregnant lady.
Pretty
Well,
much.
It turns out throwing nuggets at a pregnant woman isn't just stupid, it's also the quickest way to get you knocked out in a McDonald's. Now, you know things are definitely going downhill when you can't even go to a McDonald's and have a Happy Meal with your kids without worrying about things like this popping off. Because we've all been there,
It's like
craving for specific food that's been on our mind
incidents
all
with the
day.
fucking-
Imagine going into a McDonald's,
Was
you
the,
order
the
your
pe-
food,
there
and for
was
the
a
first time in
pizza
history,
one,
they actually get the
right?
fries
And then
perfect.
there was the
You sit down,
burger.
instead of enjoying your
What?
food, you have to deal with this. And I can speak from experience. Police
People
cannot
get
stand when they
fucking
walk into a
wild
scene like
over
this
food,
because it's
man.
chaotic, and on most occasions
Get
it's difficult
fucking
to get straight
wild.
answers of what happened. We got a male who supposedly passed out, but honestly, as soon as I laid eyes on him, I could tell he was probably knocked out because he was bleeding pretty
Yeah,
bad.
he was
And
knocked
I
the
gotta tell
fuck
you guys,
out.
this is a prime reason why I started to
Yeah,
take my lunch
I mean,
while on
look, any head injury, whether it's a punch or something, you want to be very careful because there is a possibility you're gonna get fucking concussed.
duty, because as a cop, you might walk into a restaurant thinking you're going to have your 30-minute lunch break, but many times you don't get to take your lunch break, especially if you walk into situations like this. But as the police were doing their investigation, it appeared like it was just business as usual, because these employees just kept working and bagging up the orders. Society is so numb to this stuff now. But this is
Well,
the hard part
yeah,
for police
because it
most of
happens
the employees likely
daily.
know
Just-
what act-
well, I mean, and also just look at. I hate to say it, but this. Where is this? You can tell all the. I hate to be do this racial profiling shit, but if you take a look at all the workers and who's working at this McDonald's, they're all black, right? And well, when I hate to say it, but when you have not very educated people and like to be unhinged sometimes, you're gonna have some bad times, right? Yeah, it does. They don't tell you where I think you have to look back at the beginning to see where this was in 2024. And there's the date. What the fuck is happening?
After a man gets knocked out for assaulting McDonald's workers with chicken McNuggets, the man's entire family arrives to continue the fight.
Yeah, you can't. They don't tell you where this is.
police, because most of the employees likely know what actually happened, but only one of them actually told police who put hands on this guy. And I've dealt with
Yeah, exactly. Only Only one person actually spoke up and said anything. See, we live in a low trust society anymore, right? We don't live in a high trust society like Japan or the Asian countries do. You should really think about that.
with these crazy calls so many times. We arrive and start to piece everything together.
You
But
should
for
really
unknown
think
reasons,
about
people
why
have to
that's
keep
changed
arguing,
so much.
Which is what we saw here. And when you have family showing up, it always has the potential to get worse. And I've been where this cop has been trying to explain
Because
logic to
before it
prisoners
wasn't like
sitting in the
that,
back
but
after
now
we tried to avoid
now
arresting
today
people. They don't
right
listen,
today's
they try
age,
to make the police the villain. Remember,
in
one of
the
the most
US it's
difficult things a
changed a
person will
lot.
learn to do in life is controlling yourself. But in the end, what
In
started
the
as an order
old
for a 6-piece
days,
chicken
it
nugget
was
and then
not
throwing
like
it at a
that.
pregnant woman got him a 3-piece combo instead with no sauce. And sadly for the woman employee, she got to finish the rest of her shift at the police station. Guys, please don't let this be you.
The male who threw chicken McNuggets at the pregnant woman and the female McDonald's worker who wouldn't stop yelling and arguing were both charged with disorderly conduct. They are innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
All right, there you have it. Man risks his life over some chicken nuggets. Diggity dog from a police officer? What do you mean? I used to use diggity dog. Well, I don't anymore. That was when I was younger. I don't fucking use that terminology now. I mean... I mean, it's more like a southern thing, really. China linked to deadly explosion in Iran. Iran, sorry. It's Iran.
Road project in Iran exploded. Signs the CCP is losing its
irate.
grip. And
Not
is the
Iran.
CCP building a...
Iran. Bigotry. I'm just kidding. Uh-oh. Something happened. Yeah, I don't know why.
A Belt and Road project
Yeah, I think
in
it's the ad
Iran
blocker that's
exploded.
fucking it up.
Signs the CCP is losing its grip. And is the CCP building a hydrogen bomb? And more on this week's China News Headlines. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. This episode is sponsored by Surfshark.
No, no, not the
Whenever you go
Surfshark.
online, you really should be using
Just
a
give me
VPN
the
like
news.
Surfshark to cover your tracks and protect your identity. I'll tell you more in a little bit. China's Belt and Road Initiative is proving once again the quality of made in China.
Ah, yes,
There was
made in
a
China.
massive
Yes,
explosion
everyone's
at
favorite.
an Iranian port, a Belt and
China,
Road Initiative
China.
project. So far, the blast has killed at least
Oh,
70
look at the
people,
beautiful
wounded
China
thousands of others,
prices and the
caused
beautiful
enormous
China
damage to the
pottery.
port. No one knows for sure what caused the explosion at this point, but there are
Oh, made in
speculations it was
China.
caused by mishandling a shipment of solid rocket fuel material, possibly from China. And since that rocket fuel would violate U.S. sanctions shortly after the explosion, the U.S. Treasury sanctioned a China-Iran network supplying it. China is reportedly developing an advanced hydrogen bomb. Last Sunday, the South China Morning Post reported that researchers in the country successfully conducted a controlled field test of a non-nuclear H-bomb. The bomb was allegedly able to trigger powerful chemical chain reactions without nuclear materials and create a fireball with a temperature of over 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh,
So
nice.
The CCP is definitely preparing for something, if only
Yeah, I
there
mean,
were
they've been
constant,
doing a lot of
aggressively
fucking
obvious
weapon
warning
launches
signs
and
to
shit,
let us
right?
know
Weapons
what.
testing.
According to Radio Free Asia, a Chinese man who displayed pro-democracy banners is now in detention. Mei Sherlin, age 27, hung the banners on a Chengdu overpass on April 15th. They say, without political reform, there can be no national rejuvenation. The people do not want a party with unbound power, and China does not need someone to dictate her path because democracy is the way. Before hanging the banners, he sent his ID card to 2 overseas Chinese individuals, stating that he had been preparing for this action for over a year.
From
He
Helldivers
also insisted
2?
on
For
staying in
democracy.
China despite their warnings. The CCP is also censoring posts about the banners and images of them online because, of course, they are. And after the break, Ukraine sanctions China.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Welcome back.
Wow, Ukraine.
Last
Oh,
month
yeah,
we did a
because
story on how
Ukraine
Britain's
saw that
biggest steel
there was
company, British
Chinese, apparently Chinese people working with Russia during the invasion, or recently. So apparently, I guess Putin has been asking for Xi's help.
ended up in the hands of a Chinese company called Jingya. The story ended
Oh,
with
but
Jingya
another
threatening to
military
close down
power is helping.
Britain's
Why don't we
last
send
two
you?
remaining
Because
blast
there's a
and
reason
fired
why.
thousands
Because
of
there's other
workers after
military
it didn't get the
powers helping
bailout
fucking
offer that it
Ukraine.
wanted from the British government. That would have left Britain the only G7
there's a
country
balance
unable
to
to
fucking
produce
war,
so-called
okay?
virgin
You
steel,
can't just
weakening
fucking
it
indiscriminately
economically,
start shooting
infrastructurally,
rockets at
and
people. It's not gonna
militarily,
work.
which I'm sure wasn't
You're
intentional on
asking
the
for,
part of
like,
China, just a Bob
nuclear
Ross-style happy
right?
accident.
Nuclear
But lo
escalation.
and behold, the British government has swooped in to save the day, taking emergency control of the day-to-day operations
None
of
of these
British
people
Steel,
want to do
with
that.
nationalization still on the table. The ministers even
No,
came in
well,
during
I mean,
the Easter
they
holiday
would do it
to
as a
do
last resort, but
you know
yeah.
it's bad when British ministers have to miss out on holiday time. Volodymyr Zelensky claims Chinese nationals are helping Russia produce drones, which is crazy because China says they're neutral. Scouts honor. This accusation came just days after Zelensky also accused the CCP of providing gunpowder and weapons to Moscow for its ongoing invasion. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that she kisses Putin on the cheek every morning and says, "Good luck at war today, honey." And so Ukraine is sanctioning 3 Chinese companies. The 3 companies will no longer be able to do business in the war-torn country. This is yet another bit of information in Zelensky's ongoing attempts to expose Chinese involvement in the Russia-Ukraine war, coming less than a month after Ukraine claimed to have captured Chinese nationals fighting in the occupied territories of Ukraine. Zelensky is also accusing Russia of having stolen the drone technologies from China, saying, "We believe that it may be that Russia made an agreement with these citizens outside the agreement with the Chinese leadership, stole these technologies," which wouldn't be surprising given that there are...
Well, I mean, you had a drone strike on the Chernobyl shield for some reason. I don't know why they were trying to fuck with the Chernobyl shit. It's really weird. Oh yeah, recently there's been, I guess, some bombing missions in Russia because Ukraine keeps taking the credit for that.
Are other reports of Chinese nationals buying Russian military gear.
People are doing some espionage to each other
and selling cheap knockoff versions back to Russians, with the knockoffs even found in Ukraine.
You don't want to be caught in that.
Some analysts are questioning if he's softening his tone on China by suggesting Russian theft. In any case, he may be hoping that these revelations could sow division between the
you don't want to end up like
who finally start to fade. But maybe not, because according to a Chinese official, China and Russia are talking about building a nuclear plant on the moon to power a lunar station. The Russian space agency
I guess
said last
they're like YouTube influencers or something, and they like brush some like cosmetic shit on his face or something, and that like had toxins in it, and it killed him. Yeah, and those TikTokers or YouTubers got fucked because they did the act.
Last year that it plans on building the nuclear reactor on the surface of the moon by 2035 in partnership with the China National Space Administration, or CNSA. China hasn't officially announced participation in the project, but the Chinese official including this nuclear plant in his presentation sure makes it seem like China supports the idea. Because why settle for border disputes on Earth when you can do it across the entire cosmos?
Yeah.
And speaking of border disputes, China has seized a tiny sandbank in the South China Sea.
I wonder what they're going to do with that.
It's been a part of Chinese territory since ancient times. This was part of the Spratly Islands, territory claimed by both the Philippines and China. It's strategically located near some of the Philippines' most important military outposts, meant to monitor and deter Chinese aggression in the region. But the Philippines responded by sending its own forces to plant their flag, marking this as the beginning of the most high-stakes game of capture the flag of all time. Totally
now
unrelated.
they saw that now they're just doing it
for Taiwan. The Philippines has loosened a decades-old policy that tightly restricted official engagement with Taiwan, signaling a recalibration of its China policy. On top of that, Manila is even eyeing military ties with Taiwan.
Oh, interesting. I mean, in all honesty, that would be a good idea because they're right by each other, right? They're literally neighbors.
They consider Taiwan a part of Chinese territory since ancient times.
No, I mean,
it's really the Philippines is.
I mean, yeah, you get. Well, China says it's theirs.
It's just working with the Chinese military, right? Right? All this is happening amidst a joint drill hosted by the Philippines, which includes their own armed forces alongside American and Australian troops. China is very worried about these drills, especially since the U.S. has delivered massive military aid packages to Manila in recent months, including sophisticated missile systems that can hit mainland China.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it was only a matter of time, right? I mean, I think even during Trump's term, I think during a decade ago, they were already thinking about this. And this thing has been in the making for like 20 years, right? Maybe more, right? Longer than that, possibly. We don't know. We don't know what kind of military operations these guys are running. But I'm pretty sure they have been planning to, right? Because they already moved NATO, right? Now, what's wrong with trying to do with the rest of the areas and regions, right? To boost up military efforts, just to make sure nothing bad goes on, right?
I wonder if, even for a second, China thought, man, is this how other countries feel when we do our drills?
Well, making sure nothing bad goes on, but obviously also being kind of an aggressor.
No, instead, Beijing has responded
because
in the
now
most
we have all
predictable
these
manner
armaments all over the fucking place.
summoning the Filipino ambassador to voice its concern and sending
and then
drones
China's
and
gonna be like, "What the
surveillance
fuck are you
aircraft near
doing?"
both Taiwan and the Philippines.
Russia's
Another
probably
day in
doing the
South
same
China Sea.
thing, all right?
The only shocking
Russia's
thing about
probably
this is
like
that
because
they have any
we're
drones left for themselves.
If you, everyone's supplying weapons
war,
with each other.
Totally neutral
That's
in
right.
Scout's honor.
Everyone's supplying
now,
weapons,
trade war.
fucking armaments,
China Southern Airlines
whatever.
is canceling a Boeing
It's an
787
interconnected
sale
fucking
amid trade
business.
tensions with the U.S. The
Right.
company operates 10
Boeing,
Boeing 787
planes,
aircraft and
well,
plans
whatever
to
it
sell the
is.
planes in order to get brand new ones to service important routes. But with new concerns about the ability to get new planes, they decided against selling the old ones. I'd be careful about that. Boeing isn't known for its long-lasting quality. But the U.S. is hitting back. Ford has halted shipments of its vehicles to China amid the
cases
tariffs.
of the fucking
Although
planes
US-built
falling
engines
apart
and
in
transmission to China
mid-flight.
are expected to continue. The shipment of fully assembled vehicles to the country are on pause. Most of Ford's products end up being sold in the U.S. anyways, so
Correct.
it might not be that big of a deal. But the U.S. has other ways of making life difficult for the CCP in the trade war, such as laying out plans to hit Chinese ships with increased port fees, with an exemption for the Caribbean, mainly thanks to lobbying. Fees will be based on how many vehicles each Chinese ship is carrying, how many containers are on board, and the weight of the cargo. And they're not even going to give them the convenience of an easy pass system for these tolls. Brutal. China, meanwhile, is trying to redirect U.S.-bound ships to Europe to inflict harm on U.S. consumers. But that's congesting many European ports, which is the second most annoying naval conflict China is currently engaged in.
Can't just
But it seems in the trade
tell
war,
every-
China
yeah,
blinked
that's gonna
first.
fucking
China has
create a
quietly
bottleneck.
rolled back retaliatory tariffs on some U.S.-made semiconductors. Remember, China is losing. Don't let the propaganda trick you into believing otherwise.
Yeah,
just rolled out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think in the next coming years we're going to see the distribution of basically resources being moved differently now. Because it's not just going to be China who's going to be supplying everything to everybody now.
Oh shit, here we go! It's on! Race war! Race!
I mean, look, if these companies start building production facilities and stuff in some of these other countries, you're obviously going to have made in America, made in France, made in UK, made in You're gonna have a lot of this stuff happen. Right, especially if some of these countries are gonna become more and more independent.
Out with the whole video about that earlier this week. Amidst the trade war, there are also signs that both Washington and Beijing might be ready to start talks. Even the president has hinted at softening China tariffs. So who knows? This all might just be another game of Trump 4D chess.
The reduction of
Considering how China's
made in China
economy
products is
toppling,
coming, I
it's
guess.
more like 4D Jenga. But President Trump has
But will it
another
come? Who
tariff-related
knows?
problem closer to home to worry about.
There's a lot of
Kentucky
fucking
Senator
facilities
Rand
that
Paul,
have to be
a fellow
built.
Republican. Recent reports suggest that Rand Paul
And
is
then you need the
organizing
power
senators
and all
to
the
stop
fucking money
Trump's
to do all
tariffs
that
on
too.
China. Some Republicans, like Paul, claim that the tariffs are harming their free market ideology.
And you know how the
ultimately
government
the
is
US economy.
sometimes on getting things built.
Interestingly, Senator Paul's top PAC donor is a major TikTok
Sometimes
investor
it goes
and has
okay,
hundreds
and
of investments in
sometimes
China.
it just doesn't.
Which I'm sure is just another coincidence, another
fuck.
happy Bob Ross-style accident. The donor is Jeff Yass of Pennsylvania, who is a libertarian like Paul, and last month put $8 million into a Paul-affiliated PAC. The $8 million donation brings his total contributions to the Protect Freedom PAC to a total of $30 million, about 80% of receipts since it came into existence in 2017.
Wow.
These donations are coming under scrutiny because he holds a 15% stake in TikTok's China-based parent company, ByteDance. But Paul's bid failed. This is very bad for China. Factories are going to shut down. People will lose their jobs. And you'll have a lot more people saying democracy is the way. And did you know that every time you go online, everything you do is potentially compromised?
Correct.
And that's why the people at Surfshark
No,
created
you
a
shut
VPN
up.
that keeps your internet activity private and secure.
Anyways,
if you're not taking
thank
active
you,
steps to
China
protect yourself,
Uncensored.
everything you do is being tracked and logged by the
Mr.
websites you visit,
Apple.
your internet service provider, and often by your own government. Using a VPN makes you harder to track. Surfshark has servers you can connect to in over 100 countries, more than any other VPN.
Iran
That includes
illegally
a server in the
transporting and
British
properly
Virgin
storing
Islands,
weapons?
where the
No
law
way.
allows
I
companies
know,
to
right?
not log user data.
I mean,
so stay safe. Check out Surfshark.
given how
Just
some
one Surfshark
Americans do
account,
it
you can
too, I
connect
mean,
as many
people,
devices
dude,
as you want.
people
It also
improperly
comes with a
store a
30-day
lot of
money-back
shit. Let's just say
guarantee.
that.
Go to
People are just
surfshark.com/uncensored
a
and
lot of
use the
stupid
code
things.
uncensored to get up to 4 months
Look, people
extra.
make mistakes and they
The link
do a
is in
lot
the
of stupid
description
things.
below. And again, if you want to see why China is really losing the trade war and why the propaganda saying otherwise is wrong, click on this video.
It took
Once
Zelensky
again, I'm Chris Chappell.
3 years.
See you next time.
Stop. He's learning. He's learning. Did you not see what his last career choice was? I don't think you want to. It's fine. He's a good he's a good politician for now. I guess so. He knows how to act. I'll just say that. God damn it. What is this one?
He was wearing a black cowboy hat, black jeans, a black shirt, a black coat.
It's like I pictured myself doing it.
In today's true crime documentary, we're covering the case of Barry Locatus. What was Barry Locatus? This sounds familiar. This is an old one. Oh, 2015. Oh, the Frontier Middle School. Okay, this one. Yeah, this is an old one. 1996. Apparently, an 8th grader at Washington arms himself with a rifle and 2 handguns and basically went on a massacre. So, this was when I was a kid. Literally. Actually, I was like, what, 2? I was 2 years old when this shit went down. Anyways. Thank you. That was China Uncensored. Will Letitia James be charged with mortgage fraud? Okay, here we go. I've been looking forward to this. I hope she gets charged. She deserves it. Dumb cunt.
I believe the Attorney General of New York is going to get charged by the feds here criminally. I think this is going to be a big deal. I think it is a case that is being
I mean, it should be a big deal. She's
right
literally
now.
in another
Media,
state.
I've
right.
been surprised that this hasn't gotten
like, what the
more
fuck
attention.
are you doing?
They're claiming that I engaged in mortgage fraud.
Yeah.
That I somehow decided that I was a resident of Virginia, which would be some commute every morning to the office of 28 Liberty, that somehow, I should be held to the same standard as Donald Trump, but somehow what I did was basically.
Oh, but Donald Trump got away, but I shouldn't be held to... What the fuck are you doing? You're doing a federal... You're crossing state borders. Like, what are you doing? That's a federal fucking crime, bitch. And you're in New York, and you went to Virginia, and you're doing that shit. You see how fucking... Like, what?
Similar to what Donald Trump engaged in, and there's just no comparison. The allegations against me are totally baseless.
Flashback. The agency also alleges that James, in numerous documents, misrepresented a building she bought in Brooklyn, saying it only had 4 units instead of 5.
Oh yeah, this one, the 4 units instead of 5
another
one.
property with her father as a co-signer, but
falsely
listed
the
husband and
this one, yeah. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one's interesting, right?
wife in 1983 and 2000.
So Tish James has responded to the allegations. Let's see how she explains all this. Now, here's a message from our sponsor, Hillsdale College. History, economics, the great works of literature, the meaning of the U.S. Constitution. Did you study any of these things in school? Probably not.
Yeah,
or even if you did, maybe it's time for a refresher.
No, you shush. I'm still in school and I want to fucking blow my brains out.
But it hasn't changed the basics, the fundamental truths about the world we live in. Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free online courses. That's right, more than 40 free online courses. I'm digging into their Constitution 101 right now. And
I don't
12 self-paced lectures that show you how the founders designed our government, how Lincoln kept the Union together during the Civil War, and how things like progressivism and big government chipped away at our fundamental rights. For instance, like free speech on the internet. Now, as you know, I do a lot of stories on public corruption.
Honestly, it would probably be easier to fucking
and more importantly, how to stop them. This course is your blueprint. Now, go to hillsdale.edu/Nate to enroll. There is no cost and it's easy to get started. That's hillsdale.edu/Nate to register. Link is in the description and in the pinned comment. So go learn about your rights so you can defend your freedom. Now, back to the madness. All right, this is New York Attorney General Tish James, and by law, she must live in the state of New York. And if you think about it, it just makes sense. If you're the Attorney General of a state, you should reside in that state.
Yeah.
Now, while running for Attorney General, Tish James ran on a platform of, I'm going to get Trump by any means necessary.
America is an uncharted territory. We are angrier and more deeply divided
uncharted
than
territory, huh?
At any point in our history since the Civil War. And at the eye of the storm is Donald Trump, ripping families apart, threatening women's most basic rights, and running for Attorney General because I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president. I believe that this president is incompetent. I believe that this president is ill-equipped to serve in the highest office of this land. And I believe that he is an embarrassment to all that we stand for. He should be charged with obstructing justice. I believe that the President of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses. And we would join with law enforcement and other attorneys general across this nation in removing this president from office. In addition to that, the Office of Attorney General will continue to follow the money because we believe that he's engaged in a pattern and practice of money laundering, laundering the money from foreign governments here in New York State, and particularly related to his real estate holdings. It's important that everyone understand that the days of Donald Trump are coming to an end.
So as you see, she made it clear, you vote for me, you put me in office, I'm going after Trump. Now, fast forward, she got elected into office, and she did exactly what she said she was going to do. She said, if I get elected, I'm going after Trump and going to find something against him, and she did. And she won a civil judgment worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lana Zach, and we are following breaking news from New York City. The largest judgment to date has been issued against former President Donald Trump. Judge Engoron has imposed a penalty of more than $350 million against Donald Trump, his adult sons, and his corporation in the civil fraud case brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James. Well, the former president is being ordered to pay more than $354 million in damages. His co-defendants are being ordered to pay another $10 million in fines. The judge has also banned the former president from conducting business in the state of New York over the next 3 years. Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. are also prevented from serving as an officer or director of any New York corporation for the next 2 years.
Now, the case against Donald Trump was simple. He owns a building, and in one instance, he tells the government that building is worth, let's say, $100 million. That's so he can pay lower taxes on it. Then, when he wants to get a loan from a bank, that same building he'll say is worth $200 million, and that would get him more favorable loan rates. And the Attorney General of New York says that Trump's, quote, exaggeration on those forms to get those favorable loan rates was unlawful.
Also, this is just her assumption, by the way.
Let me emphasize that. Exaggerated the value of his assets to the tune of millions and millions and was able to secure favorable.
This is just her assumption. She has not investigated it, by the way. She didn't do any of that. She's lying out her fucking teeth.
Insurance and interest rates.
Now, this is exactly what the federal government is claiming that Tish James did when she bought some property in Virginia. And just so you know, I'm pulling all of this from the April 14, 2025 criminal referral. This was sent to the U.S. Justice Department from the Federal Housing Finance Agency.
She's a liar.
Ms. James, for both properties listed above,
That's her.
appears to have
She's
falsified
projecting.
records in order
It's
to
her
meet
own
certain
case.
lending requirements to receive favorable loan terms.
Just talking about her own case alone.
The federal government is alleging that Letitia
Trying to
James
blame it.
committed
It was
a specific
Trump.
type of
He
mortgage
did the same
fraud
thing.
known as occupancy fraud.
I wanted to do a video about occupancy fraud because it's the #1 fraud in the mortgage industry. This means people will say that they're going to live in a home so they can get the primary residence interest rate, which is much lower than the investment property interest rate. But really their intention is to rent it out. Also, on a primary residence, you can get that loan with a much smaller down payment, sometimes as little as 5% down, whereas on a rental property, you need 20% down or more. So people will, shocker, lie, and that's a fraud, and that's a big deal. This is what underwriting is for. Our underwriters, everybody's underwriters are looking for any kind of fraud. And it's enough that it's the #1 fraud in the industry, and it's enough that it's something that it's always
Pyramid
looked for.
scheme?
Now, the government shows some exhibits to prove its case. First, this specific power of attorney signed on the 17th day of August 2023 by Letitia James. And to make sure this was Letitia James, this was notarized with 2 witnesses. And this document states, quote, "I hereby declare that I intend to occupy this property as my principal residence." What property are we talking about? We're talking about the purchase of the property known as 604 Sterling, Norfolk, Virginia, 23505. Then the government provides Exhibit B, which is the deed of trust. Now, when you look at page 6 of 11, it defines what occupancy means.
6 of the deed of trust deals with occupancy. And here's what you're actually committing to. Borrower shall occupy, establish, and use the property as the borrower's principal residence within 60 days after execution of this security instrument, and shall continue to occupy the property as borrower's principal residence for at least 1 year after the date of occupancy. And then here's the crucial part. Unless lender otherwise agrees in writing, which consent shall not be unreasonably withheld, or unless extenuating circumstances exist which are beyond the borrower's control.
Now, the criminal referral sums it up this way. At the time of the 2023 Norfolk, Virginia property purchase and mortgage, Ms. James was sitting Attorney General of the state of New York and is required by law to have her primary residence in the state of New York, even though her mortgage application lists her intent to have the Norfolk, Virginia property as her primary home. It appears Ms. James' property and mortgage-related misrepresentations may have continued to her recent 2023 Norfolk, Virginia property purchase in order to secure a lower interest rate and more favorable loan terms. Now, just to be clear, Letitia James concedes that this property in Virginia is not her primary residence and never has been.
The key allegation,
why does it
again,
say on
it
paper
sounds like you
then
don't
that it's
want to address them here, but I'm just going to
put it out so people understand that a property that was owned in Virginia, and a mortgage that you signed, if I'm not mistaken, for that property, that they say you falsely represented yourself as a resident of Virginia, and that was essentially amounts to mortgage fraud. Since
I
you're
mean,
a
if they have the
resident of New York.
paperwork of your
What is
shit
your
saying,
response to
"Hey,
It's baseless.
it says this,"
Everybody knows I'm a resident of New York, specifically Brooklyn.
What do you mean it's
And
baseless?
again, we
You
will
did the
respond
paperwork,
at the
did you
appropriate
not?
time,
You signed the
in the
paper.
appropriate way to these baseless allegations. And
I mean,
some
they could
media
easily
outlets
check
like
that
the Daily
shit, too.
News over the weekend has indicated as much.
That's all you want to say?
That's all that I'm going to say.
Now, Letitia James' attorney also wrote a letter to the DOJ responding to the mortgage fraud allegations. In that letter, she does say here that it was mistakenly stated that the property would be Miss James' principal residence. She also goes on that she made a, quote, very clear in all caps statement 2 weeks earlier to the mortgage loan broker that, quote, this property will not be my primary residence. And she attached the email and the Section 5 declaration where it says, will you occupy the property as your primary residence? And it's checked no. She also attached another email from the day before where she asked the loan broker straight out, where's the form that indicates this property is not my primary residence? I cannot find it. Now, if these documents are to be believed, it shows that her intent was not to list the Virginia residence as her primary residence. Now, where does this leave us? Well, for the government to sustain charges of criminal mortgage fraud, the government must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Letitia James knowingly made false statements to induce a financial institution to lend her this money. Now, obviously, the government is going to show the sworn documents with 2 witnesses where she signed saying that she intended this property to be her primary residence as proof that she intentionally tried to induce the financial institution to lend her money at favorable rates.
Yeah, it's like when you have paperwork that you already signed, but then you have other paperwork that you're all like, oh, no, we're not, this is not my primary residence, but you said on your other paperwork that you were. What?
In a vacuum, this would be enough of probable cause to even bring charges. But when looking at the full context, you do have these other declarations that clearly show that Letitia James made it very clear that she didn't want to even make it seem that she lived in the property in Virginia. Quote, will you occupy the property as your primary residence? She checked no. Then she even sent an email to the loan broker who was putting together the paperwork to also say, where's the form that indicates that property is not my primary residence? I can't find it. Now remember, the government's burden here is beyond a reasonable doubt, and you have to demonstrate that this was willful misconduct. Now, based on all the available evidence, this is easily looking like a mistake. Now, why is that important? Because if this is generally just a mistake where you have all these conflicting documents, then you will not be able to prove the willful misconduct piece of it, and she would not be able to be convicted. Honestly, it's going to be hard to even charge her with all of this conflicting evidence.
It's
so
okay
at the end of
to
the day,
charge her.
are these charges baseless, as Letitia James
I
keeps
just
saying?
want this bitch
I will
taken out,
respond
to be honest.
to these baseless allegations at the appropriate time and in the appropriate way, but I am 100% confident that it will not result in any criminal indictment or action against me.
Realistically, it's probably not going to do anything. Not going to fucking tag her on this dumb shit. Probably fine. But I want them to tag her.
Obviously, they're not baseless because you do have a document that she signed with 2 witnesses in front of a notary that essentially says, I will be a primary resident of Virginia. So that makes the case not baseless. But to get a criminal conviction,
so
you do
like,
need
I mean,
more.
you're
You need
on
that
her form, it
willful
said
act.
you did
and
this
this
stuff,
paper
so it's
isn't
like,
enough
on.
on its own, especially in the full context of all the other communications with the loan broker. This will not be an easy conviction. Matter of fact, it will not even be easy to bring charges in this particular context.
It's
so
going to be
let me
some
know
back
how
and
you
forth.
feel about this whole thing in the comment section. Some people want Letitia James to be fried on the skillet because what she did to Trump. Other people are going to defend her no matter what. But as we always have learned, especially with this channel, the law is more complicated than what it seems. In one instance, you do have these documents that look very damning, but in the full context of it, it starts getting a lot more money. And that's why the law is what it is. Now, if you like this type of content, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and these are the facts. Don't let anybody fool you. Peace.
No one is above the law. Yeah. Get that bitch. She just said the thing. Get that bitch. RV, what? 3 hospitalized after shooting at RV park? Jesus. Shootings all over the place now.
Tonight, 3 people are hospitalized after gunfire erupts at a crowded park in Yorba Linda.
Yeah, the shooting sent families who were just enjoying a nice day outside. They were running for safety. Carlos Acedo is live in Yorba Linda. He's got the latest for us. Carlos?
Court, good evening. We know that 3 people were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds, including the suspect. A 4th person was also injured.
Tonight, 3 people are hospitalized after
including the suspect. A 4th person was also injured. Tonight, authorities say that the suspect, the gunman,
I thought I
knew
turned
the
it. It
victims.
was still acting like it was on.
A family-friendly event is disrupted by gunfire. Families had gathered at Featherly Regional Park in Yorba Linda Sunday afternoon for an annual Volkswagen car show when they heard gunshots.
There was a birthday party going on for a 9-year-old girl. There was probably 25 kids there on the ropes course at the time. And all of a sudden it was hit the ground, get down, everyone get down.
Sheriff's deputies were called out just before 3 to Canyon RV Park, where they found 3 gunshot victims, all male adults.
It is believed now that the suspect was involved with an altercation with one of the members of the victims earlier in the day, responded back to the park, attempted to strike one of the victims with his vehicle, and then got out of the car and fired several times.
Motherfucker came back with the vengeance.
At least 2 of the victims.
Authorities say the gunman then turned the gun on himself. It's unclear what triggered the initial altercation, but officials say the suspect knew the victims. They say the gunman
knew the victims, targeted them, and then turned it on him. What the fuck?
left the RV park and then came back, used his Tacoma truck to strike another person who suffered minor injuries, then opened fire on 2 others.
Our initial
holy shit, man! The dude was on a fucking spree. He was.
It
looked like he was going on a spree. Holy shit!
So at the height of this, we actually had 4
at least trying to
units on scene with 4 ambulances.
2 gunshot victims, as well as a suspect, were transported to area hospitals.
Wait.
Again, 3
you mean
people
he
were
didn't
taken
kill
to
him?
the hospital with gunshot wounds, including the gunman, who authorities say turned the gun on himself.
The gunman is still
Tonight,
alive.
Their condition is unknown. That's the latest from Yorba Linda. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA
Wait,
5 News.
did he shoot himself? I am so. Wait, hold on, hold the phone. Did he shoot himself? What the fuck? He survived. He survived. It seems. I'm so good. Mate, maybe before he turned it on himself. Maybe that's when the cops shot him in like that leg or something to stop him. I don't know. It's fucking so confused. Oh shit! There's the plane crash. Yeah, apparently this plane crash took out 2
Yesterday we told you
people.
about the 2 people and the dog that were killed after the single-engine
shit. 2
plane
people and
crashed
a
into
dog.
a Simi
Jesus.
Valley neighborhood on Saturday afternoon. Well, aviation experts and investigators are now working to try to determine exactly what caused that deadly crash.
Tonight, we're hearing new witness testimony
Yeah, that's actually a little
about
sketch.
the fiery
I have some
crash.
family in
KTLA
Simi
Rachel
Valley.
Menitoff joins us live in Simi Valley with the very latest. Hi, Rachel.
Hopefully it wasn't near them.
Hi, Court. Hi, Rick. Good evening to you both. It's tragic for the families of the 2 people on board the single-engine plane. Now, people here on the ground say they saw the pilot struggling, circling at a very low altitude before crashing into the side. Inside, right next, doing everything in his power to try to land on the mountainside right next to us, but simply lost control. The moment of impact when a van VR-10 plane crashed into 2 Simi Valley homes, erupted into flames, and claimed the lives of the pilot, passenger, and a dog on board.
Something was off because he was just hitting the gas on and off and then just going on circles very, very low.
Arnaldo Gonzalez and his wife Jenna Garzadine watched as the aircraft struggled to stay afloat. They live a few houses away on High Meadows Street in the Wood Ranch area.
I was worried about me and my family, our baby. I was holding him outside, worrying that the plane could potentially be landing on our home as well.
24 hours later, police and the NTSB wrapped up its immediate investigation and removed the remnants of the severed airliner. Mike Hicks, the primary investigator, says the pilot was in touch with air traffic control, but he doesn't know what was said to and from the tower. He's considering a wide range of human and environmental scenarios.
There are too many options, so we're not going to speculate. We'll look at the actual details and draw our conclusions from that.
Armin Hovakemian was gardening in his backyard when he saw the jet descending in the direction of his house.
It takes your sense of safety away. Every time we're hearing an airplane, we automatically, without realizing, we just keep looking to see where the airplane is, how it's flying.
The plane came crashing
yeah, I
through
mean,
his
given
roof,
given
his
everything
home,
that's
and
happened,
another,
everyone's
now
like looking at
uninhabitable.
planes now
He
just
says
to
the
make
damage,
sure.
though,
Oh
is
shit! Hopefully
secondary
it doesn't
to the loss
crash.
of life, most
God
devastating.
damn it.
Property and
not
all
good.
that stuff can be replaced. I think life, obviously there were 2 lives that were lost here. You know, our hearts go to their family. We're so saddened that they've lost their lives this way.
Now, the names of the pilot and the passenger haven't yet been released. The NTSB says it will have a preliminary report in the next couple of days and a more comprehensive one in 12 to 18 months. We're live in Simi Valley tonight. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Court Rick, back to you.
Rachel, thank you.
All right. Time is it? I gotta go. Justin Bieber. Do we want to watch any of this? I don't think so. You know what? All right. I can play for. So I was down there. I gotta remember what I was doing. Actually, I don't think there was anything down there. Let's go here, I believe. What fucking happened again? Oh shit, there. Okay, Jesus. Come on. Oh, I fucking missed. I fucking missed. No! I keep missing it. Ow. Oops. No, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Yeah, it's better off just fucking like dodging some of those attacks, to be honest. Oh fuck. Oh shit, whoops. There it is.